Did you know that some of the mythical creatures in ancient legends may have actually existed? Throughout history, reality and imagination have often blurred together, giving rise to stories that have survived for centuries. In this video, we'll reveal 10 mythical creatures that really did walk the earth. Get ready to be amazed as we uncover the real-life roots behind these legendary beasts and what inspired the incredible tales surrounding them. Stick around until the end to discover how science and mythology connect in surprising ways. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content on animals and history. 1. Komodo Dragon. The real-life dragon. The Komodo dragon, native to a few Indonesian islands, definitely looks like something out of a fairy tale. These massive lizards can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh over 150 pounds. Their tough scales, forked tongue, and sharp claws give them an intimidating appearance that resembles descriptions of dragons from ancient lore. While they don't breathe fire, Komodo dragons have a unique hunting strategy. They use their venomous saliva, filled with toxic proteins, to weaken their prey, which often dies from blood loss or infection. It's believed that ancient sailors or explorers who encountered these giant reptiles might have contributed to the legends of dragons. In fact, their aggressive behavior and predatory nature could have added to the idea that dragons were dangerous, mythical creatures lurking in remote lands. 2. Unicorn. Inspired by the Indian rhinoceros. The unicorn is a legendary creature often depicted as a graceful, white horse with a single horn. But many historians believe that the unicorn myth may have originated from real animals, such as the Indian rhinoceros, which has a single large horn. Ancient travelers and explorers, like Marco Polo, reported seeing unicorns, but their descriptions match rhinos more closely than the elegant, horse-like beings we envision today. Ancient texts and artwork from cultures such as the Mesopotamians and Greeks often depicted unicorns, not as magical horses, but as fierce and wild beasts. This shows how real encounters with animals, combined with a touch of imagination, can morph into fantastical stories over time. The unicorn's transformation into a symbol of purity and magic may have been influenced by the rarity and majestic appearance of the creatures thought to be unicorns. 3. Kraken. The giant squid. The Kraken is one of the most terrifying sea monsters of folklore, said to be capable of sinking ships and devouring sailors. The legend of this colossal beast is likely based on sightings of giant squids, which can grow up to 45 feet in length. These squids live deep underwater, making them elusive and mysterious, which could have fueled myths about massive sea creatures lurking in the depths. Historically, sailors would sometimes find giant squid carcasses washed ashore, their tentacles and large eyes adding to the monstrous image. The idea of a creature with tentacles large enough to wrap around a ship would have seemed plausible to seafaring communities who faced the dangers of the open ocean. Additionally, squids have been known to engage in dramatic fights with sperm whales, which might have inspired tales of underwater battles involving huge, monstrous beings. 4. Griffin. Inspired by dinosaur fossils? The griffin, described as a creature with the body of a lion and the head and wings of an eagle, may have a surprising link to real history. Some historians suggest that griffin myths were inspired by the discovery of Protoceratops fossils in the Gobi Desert. These fossils, which include a large beaked skull and strong limbs, resemble features attributed to griffins. The ancient Scythians, who traded with Greeks, found these fossils and could have influenced the spread of griffin legends throughout the ancient world. As these fossilized bones were uncovered, stories about half-bird, half-lion creatures guarding gold in the mountains became widespread. The blending of bird and mammal features in griffin legends may reflect a time when ancient people were trying to explain the mysterious skeletons they encountered. 5. Basilisk. Inspired by real-life snakes. The basilisk is often depicted as a terrifying serpent or reptilian creature with a deadly gaze. It was said that simply looking into the eyes of a basilisk could cause death. While this creature is purely mythical, some scholars believe the basilisk may have been inspired by real snakes, particularly venomous ones, such as king cobras, which have an intimidating presence and can rear up to appear larger. The idea of a snake killing with just a look might have come from the cultural perception of venomous snakes, whose bites can indeed cause death rapidly. The connection between the basilisk's supposed ability to kill with a glance and the paralysis or extreme reactions induced by venomous snake bites suggests that the legend may have been rooted in people's real experiences with dangerous reptiles. 6. Roc. The giant bird of Arabian folklore. The roc is described in Arabian and Asian folklore as a gigantic bird capable of carrying elephants in its talons. Some suggest that legends of the roc were inspired by sightings of real large birds, such as eagles or even the now extinct Haas seagull of New Zealand, which had a wingspan of up to 10 feet and preyed on large animals like the moa, a flightless bird. These stories may have been exaggerated over time, especially as traders and explorers shared tales of exotic lands and unusual wildlife. The fossil records of large, flightless birds and enormous predatory eagles could have contributed to the belief in an avian creature so large that it could lift massive animals effortlessly. 7. Mermaids. Inspired by manatees and dugongs. Mermaid legends appear in the folklore of many cultures and typically describe a creature with the upper body of a human and the lower body of a fish. Some historians believe that the idea of mermaids might have originated from sightings of manatees or dugongs, aquatic mammals that have a vaguely human-like shape when viewed from afar. When sailors spent long periods at sea, often fatigued or suffering from poor vision, they could have easily mistaken these animals for human forms in the water. Christopher Columbus famously noted seeing mermaids during his voyages, but these sightings were most likely manatees. The haunting calls of some marine mammals may have also contributed to the idea of sirens singing to lure sailors to their doom. 8. Werewolf. Linked to medical conditions and folklore. The legend of the werewolf, a person who transforms into a wolf under the light of a full moon, could be linked to various medical conditions. One such condition is hypertrichosis, which causes abnormal hair growth all over the body, making individuals appear more animalistic. This rare condition may have led some people to believe that these individuals were part wolf. Additionally, the idea of humans turning into wolves could have been influenced by rabies, a disease that causes aggression and can be transmitted by animal bites, especially from wolves. The association between the full moon and werewolves might come from the belief that lunar phases affect human behavior. Combined with the deep-seated fear of wolves, these factors contributed to the development of werewolf myths. 9. Hydra. Inspired by tentacled sea creatures. The Hydra from Greek mythology was a multi-headed serpent whose heads would regrow if severed. While the Hydra itself is purely mythological, some aspects of the legend may have been inspired by tentacled sea creatures, such as octopuses, which can regenerate their limbs. Ancient sailors who encountered octopuses or squids may have been struck by their appearance and ability to regenerate, weaving these observations into tales of a fearsome multi-headed monster. The Hydra symbolized the chaotic and unpredictable nature of the ocean, where strange and dangerous creatures were believed to dwell. This connection between tentacled creatures and the mythical Hydra shows how the unknown can easily be transformed into something terrifying. 10. Behemoth. The biblical beast resembling hippos or elephants. In the Bible, the behemoth is depicted as a massive, powerful creature with bones like bronze and limbs like iron. Scholars have often compared it to real animals, such as hippos or elephants, which embody the physical characteristics of the behemoth. The behemoth is described as dwelling near water and feeding on vegetation, much like hippos and elephants do. The legend may have developed from awe over the massive size and strength of these real-life animals. They represented the untamed force of nature and helped to illustrate the power and majesty of God's creation in biblical literature. These mythical creatures reveal how the line between reality and imagination can blur, turning real-life animals and phenomena into enduring legends. Whether it's fossil discoveries inspiring tales of griffins, or ancient sailors mistaking giant squids for the Kraken, these stories connect us to our past and show how human curiosity and wonder can shape myths that stand the test of time. Fascinated by other mysterious creatures? Make sure to check out our next video, 9 Unbelievable Deep-Sea Creatures You Won't Believe Exist. Dive into the depths of the ocean to discover bizarre and captivating beings that survive in some of the most extreme environments on Earth. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content about the wonders of nature and history. See you in the next adventure.